Hey there, Red Devils fans! We've got some thrilling updates for you. Manchester United is set to raid Bournemouth for Chelsea transfer target and left-back Milos Kerkez, a report claims. The Red Devils are desperate to bolster their backline this summer with new owners Sir Jim Ratcliffe and INEOS drawing up the club's summer transfer plan. Kerkez has become popular amongst Premier League clubs who are looking to revamp their defense for the next season. Man United are expecting to offset many of their players, including defenders Rafael Varane, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and Johnny Evans. Plus, fitness concerns around Lisandro Martinez and Erik ten Hag is eyeing up defenders. And Cherry's man Kerkez has caught the Red Devils' attention since moving to the Vitality Stadium last summer, according to the Mirror. Since his arrival from AZ Alkmaar, the Hungary international has started in 16 games for Andoni Iraola's side this term. And United certainly need to bolster their backline as they have conceded 467 shots in the Premier League this term, with only Sheffield United and Luton conceding more. But the report claims Red Devils are not the only team tracking the left-back, as Chelsea have already revealed they are chasing the 20-year-old. The Blues have already sent scouts to the South Coast to watch the young star. And if Mauricio Pochettino's side chooses to make a move on Kerkez, Bournemouth will certainly make a profit after only paying a small fee of $15.5 million for him in July. Chelsea have already conceded 45 goals this season, and with their disappointing performance, Poch is likely to make some big changes in his defenders this summer. The left-back spot is definitely needing an upgrade, as Ian Matsine, who is out on loan at Borussia Dortmund, is edging closer to leaving Stamford Bridge. Potentially joining the Dutchman is Marc Cucurella, who has failed to impress since arriving from Brighton 18 months ago. Meanwhile, Manchester United, Arsenal and Chelsea are all interested in Barcelona prodigy Pau Cubarsí, according to reports. The center-back, who is 17, picked up the Player of the Match award on his Champions League debut on Tuesday night as he marshaled Victor Osimhen in a 3-1 win over Napoli. Cubarsí already had eyes on him before that performance, as Sport understand Manchester City made a move for him last summer. However, they now reportedly face competition as Man United, Arsenal and Chelsea are all keeping an eye on the teenage star. Cubarsí's contract runs until 2026, but there could be a workaround for the Premier League clubs in pursuit. That is because he is believed to have a release clause of between $8.5 million and $12.8 million. Despite this, Barcelona remain confident. The defender will stay at the Nou Camp beyond the summer. The La Liga champions, who sit 8 points adrift of leaders Real Madrid, have opened talks with Cubarsí about an increase in both his salary and release clause. The club are keen to tie him down to a long-term deal, but will have to wait until January 2025 to make this happen. This is due to a rule that states U18s can only commit to a team for a maximum of 3 years. Meanwhile, Barcelona are looking to offload other center-halves in the summer window. And one player that could be heading for the exit door is France international Jules Koundé. Barca, who will part ways with manager Xavi at the end of the season, are planning to place their trust in Cubarsí and Ronald Araujo. Meanwhile, Manchester United confirms stance on Marcus Rashford's future. Marcus Rashford has only scored 7 goals this season, and there have been doubts over his long-term future at Man United. Erik ten Hag is against the prospect of Manchester United selling Marcus Rashford. Rashford has scored only 7 goals this season and was disciplined for attending a birthday party hours after the 3-0 derby defeat to City in October and embarking on a boozy trip to Belfast in January. Friction has also been visible between Rashford and United matchgoers. Under the profitability and sustainability rules, an academy sale represents a pure profit, and Paris Saint-Germain expressed interest in signing the 26-year-old. Rashford's brother and agent, Dwayne Maynard, met PSG officials before the forward signed a new contract last year. Rashford inked a 5-year deal worth $325,000 a week in July, and Ten Hag expressed his preference for United to keep the academy graduate. "We did not sign him last season for 5 years with the intention to sell him now," Ten Hag stressed. He should be part of this project. So it is not a subject we don't talk about. United head into Sunday's FA Cup quarter-final against Liverpool 17 points, behind Jurgen Klopp's side in the Premier League table. League Cup holders. Liverpool have only lost 2 domestic matches this season, whereas United have already suffered 11 league defeats. Former United manager David Moyes infamously billed Liverpool as favourites on the eve of their 3-0 victory at Old Trafford in March 2014. Ten Hag did not offer a direct answer when asked if Liverpool were favourites for this weekend's cup tie. "It's a difficult one," he admitted. "I never think about who's favourite. It starts on 0. Make sure we are ready, and I don't think about the opposition. I respect them. I respect every opposition. But it's about making it our game. It's about this. We know where the strengths are, but also where the weaknesses are. It's about our team. It's about us. Again." Please subscribe and turn on notification for daily Manchester United news updates. I have no idea why. Liverpool ace Virgil van Dijk gives Manchester United verdict. Liverpool captain Virgil van Dijk is anticipating a difficult test when he and his teammates travel to Old Trafford to face Manchester United in the quarter-final of the FA Cup on Sunday. After squeezing past Nottingham Forest in the 5th round, United must now get the better of a Liverpool side who are still in with a chance of ending the season with 4 trophies. The Merseyside-iders have already scooped the Carabao Cup and are still in the conversation to win the Premier League title and the Europa League, in addition to the FA Cup. For United, the FA Cup represents their last hope of winning any silverware this season, meaning it is being dubbed as the biggest game of their season so far by some. With their top 4 hopes fading, winning the FA Cup may represent their only hope of this season being considered a success. United are unbeaten in 2 of their 3 matches against Liverpool under Erik ten Hag, drawing 0-0 at Anfield in the Premier League in December and beating them 2-1 at Old Trafford in the 3rd game of last season, securing the Dutchman his first win as Reds manager. No doubt mindful of those previous meetings, Van Dijk is not underestimating United. Asked what type of game he is expecting, Van Dijk, as quoted by This Is Anfield, said, "Intense. Not only the actual game, but the whole build-up is a game on its own. But I like to be involved in these types of games. We always have difficult games against them, and I expect a difficult one on Sunday as well. They are finding ways to win, but I focus on what we have to do against them. It's always difficult. It's always intense. The history of the games with the 2 biggest clubs in England brings extra expectation and pressure, but why not just go out there and enjoy it, play our game, and hopefully go to the next round?" United set up with a defensive-minded approach when they traveled to Anfield shortly before Christmas, no doubt mindful of the 7-0 drubbing they had experienced on their last visit to the red half of Merseyside. They shut up shop that afternoon, making it difficult for Liverpool to find a way through. Van Dijk does not believe they will be able to use the same approach on Sunday, adding, "I think the game here was, I wouldn't say one-sided, but we had a lot of the ball. They created a couple of dangerous moments on the break, and we have to be aware of that. But if they would do it exactly the same when they play at home, I have no idea. We have to focus on our game and make it as difficult as possible, press them as high as we want, and play our football, and hopefully we can get through. Again."